The year is 1967. The setting, North Africa. From a remote prison cell in Algiers, a man sits with a noose over his head. This is Moïse Tshombe, the former leader of the Katanga secession and a former premier of the Congo. Powerless and imprisoned, he is awaiting a sentence of death. Yet the intelligence surrounding this prisoner reveals that Tshombe is far from finished. He casts a strange spell over the 3,000-mile distant Congo. Tshombe's capture began in June when he was hijacked to Algiers after an unauthorized flight between two Spanish islands. Now he awaits extradition to the Congo, where his crime has been declared treason. His life is held by two unelected rulers. The prosecutor is Congolese President General Joseph Mobutu, who seized power in a coup d'etat. The decider is Algerian President Colonel Houari Boumediene, who was equally brought to power by his army. The political assessment is stark. Neither of the two men on whose decision Tshombe's fate hinges was elected by popular acclaim. Neither has hesitated before political oppression. To Mobutu and a host of Africa's progressive countries, Tshombe is a criminal. He is deemed the murderer of Congolese Premier Patrice Lumumba and a strawman of powerful financial interests exploiting the Congo's riches. The verdict had been delivered. Last March, Tshombe was sentenced to death in absentia by Mobutu's government in Kinshasa. Upon his capture, he declared, "I was the victim of the CIA." Such an accusation was a reflex, common in Africa and elsewhere, to blame the Central Intelligence Agency for almost everything. But in the Congo, the accusation landed with dark gravity. Because the CIA had intervened a number of times. Their objective was always singular: to keep the Russians out of the Congo. This foreign backing was the bedrock of Mobutu's power, beginning with his 1960 coup d'etat and solidifying with sustained American support for the central government. Moïse Tshombe. The man who had once benefited from that powerful foreign hand was now its enemy. His claim of being a CIA victim wasn't a mere excuse. It was the bitter howl of a discarded political asset. The true power of the ghost of Katanga wasn't displayed in a courtroom. It was demonstrated on the battlefield. The moment Tshombe was captured, even while confined to an Algiers cell, he became the spark that ignited a series of bizarre events in the Congo. President Mobutu, scrambling to maintain control, immediately declared an invasion of the eastern Congo by white mercenaries. He hastily claimed victory over the invaders on July the 7th, only to undermine his own announcement by instantly appealing to the United States for help. The declassified facts, however, show this was no foreign invasion at all, but a revolt of a mercenary commando. This force was surprisingly small, approximately 150 white mercenaries, backed by about 1,000 black Congolese troops. The revolt was commanded by a figure described as a Belgian mystic, Lieutenant Colonel Jean Schramme. This small, determined group quickly occupied the picturesque town of Bukavu on Lake Kivu. From there, they launched a stunning, brazen political attack against the central government. They hurled an ultimatum at the Congolese president. Tshombe should become a member of the government. The imprisoned man was instantly made the center of a military and political crisis. The revolt rapidly escalated into a full-blown political challenge,